As a lesbian influencer who's watching this all go down with Shannon Beveridge and Becca Moore in their breakup, I'm about to tell you something that most influencers won't tell you. Everyone is saying that Becca used Shannon, whether that is sexually or for her business. They say that she is for the clicks, not for the girls. People are saying that Shannon was used by Becca or used this relationship to get attention and shared it too prematurely. People are saying that this is Shannon's karma. She shouldn't be sharing her relationships online. Put on your big girl panties because I'm about to break it down in business terms. Nobody's using anybody. I would know because I have relationships that are not transactional, that the world would consider transactional, because I use every story in my life to propel my career, and honestly, not even propel my career, but to make my career even continue on. When you're going through a breakup, if you do not share that, what are you going to share? You're so sick to your stomach. How do you explain it? How do you explain what's going on in your life? How do you have any creativity for anything else? You have to literally share about your breakup. If you build your platform, your algorithm based on sharing relationships, when you don't share your relationships, you're fucked. The algorithm won't show your content. And anyone who's made it big in this world knows, I can't believe I'm actually about to share this, but I am. I make every single one of my partners whose stories appear in my content write written consent to be in my content, and I store it all, and my lawyers have it. I recently added a whole contract that my girlfriend has had to sign now because this gets crazy. Y'all don't know what happens behind the scenes. But I have contracts in place that anything that we have in our relationship that we share is property of my company. No one's coming back for compensation of anything. This is all consensual. And don't get it twisted. Every single one of these big players, if they're smart, have their legal pieces in place. Everyone going into these relationships with creators know, whether you have a contract or not, that this is how it works for you, and it's not for your gain. It is literally for you to survive as a person, as a creator. You have to share your life. If you are sharing your life before a relationship, everything about your life, and then you get a relationship and all of a sudden you can't post, your creative freedom, your hands are tied, your content's gonna get stale. You literally have to genuinely share what's in your life, or you're not gonna have fun creating your content. It feels like you can't share part of yourself. It's inauthentic. It actually drains you to have to create something that's inauthentic. So for me, the easiest content to create is the content that is a natural part of my day. I'm not working hard, going out of my way to film this thing or tell a story. Everything is a part of my natural life, my natural day. I'm naturally going to be doing this thing, so I just set the camera up to get the B-roll of it. If you're a creator, you know how exhausting it can be if you don't get to be authentic. Also, if you're watching this and you're a creator or you have a business, I don't even care if you're not planning to be a famous influencer. If you have a business, you need to make it known to your partner that you are going to be posting on social media, and they can't be jealous of that. They have to be okay with that, even if they're not in it, because say you're a doctor and you're posting for you're creating content and your social media team is making stuff with that content. They can't be jealous of people commenting in your comments and it affect your career and how you post and how you show up online. If my girlfriend was oh, you can't show cleavage online, we would not be in a relationship. I literally have a lesbian dating platform, the Queer Country Club. I'm always talking to lesbians. I'm always connecting with lesbians. If she was jealous of that, we wouldn't have a partnership. I don't think that everyone watching these things get it. I don't believe that Becca had malicious, hidden intention to use Shannon to make her podcast better. And Shannon had malicious intent to, I don't know what, I don't think any one of these creators had that intent. Now, there are people out there, yes, who leverage fake relationships, celebrities, obviously people on TikTok, to just get attention. But then there's other people like me and many other lesbian influencers who have just shared our lives, shared our dating journeys. And once you do that, two things. The algorithm will only work for you if you continue to show these things, okay? Mine got shut down because I switched up what I was doing like a year and a half ago. And so I've been crawling my way up. Like I grow in followers, but it's very hard for my videos to be seen because of how I changed my content that wasn't relationship based just like a year ago. And then not only the algorithm, but like people get to know you for something. And if you get into a relationship where you don't post your life, like your career's gone. Whatever you build your algorithm based on is what you have to do. So if you're a lesbian creator, any creator, if you're a creator who shares their relationships, you have to get into a relationship with someone who's comfortable and you agree upon how much detail is shown. Like right now, I'm in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to be shown on social media, but I have these boundaries that if I stay within, she's like 100% supportive, fine, happy to be on the podcast. Like if you want to hear our relationship, you can listen to Queer Women Rising. And we have podcasts where she talks and like you can feel the chemistry without even seeing her. It's amazing. DM me pod if you want to link to the podcast. And we also like share a lot of videos where we don't show her face. Yet I've still had her sign every contract that is like, hey, I understand that this content is yours. It is your right to share it. I am not compensated for it. I think me and my partner will be together forever. I sure hope so. But guess what? I've been effed many times in the past. And so I want to make sure that in perpetuity, this is my property. And I put these boundaries in place so that I don't have to worry about anything, that I can be feeling safe. And she feels safe that I'm going to respect her boundaries about what goes up online in a way that presents her well, that makes her feel comfortable. I'm not going to go pick mean angles of her that she doesn't like how she looks, even if I'm only showing like her freaking arm in the video, right? Like if she's like, oh, I don't like the way my arm looked in that, I'll be like, oh, well, reshoot it, baby. Like, like we respect each other. But this is the nature of the age that we live in now. We live in an age where even if you're not an influencer, you are posting content for your social media. Like I have friends who are literally veterinarians and they have to show themselves online. If their partner was jealous of them showing themselves online or was in something in their advertisement in some way, shape, or form, and people judged them for it, or later that person got upset and was like, I don't want that anymore. Girl, you need to have your contracts in place. All this to say to everyone making these comments, I promise you that no one was blindsided in this relationship. Shannon Beveridge or Becca Moore, they weren't using each other. They were just doing life with each other. And when you're two creators doing life with each other and you make people very aware from the moment you get into a relationship with them, I'm a creator, sign this contract. I mean, literally, some people even have NDAs. I know like every single person on my team has to sign an NDA because when I send footage of me and my girlfriend raw, her face might be in it. I got to make sure that the people editing it or editing it with care and keeping that private, right? Like there's a lot that goes into this. Like there's a whole like business side of influencing that people don't get. I guarantee no one was like used without their knowledge that this would be a mutually beneficial thing to share each other on social media. So yeah. And with that being said, we don't share people on social media just for clout, just for clicks. If we didn't share our relationships, if you started off in the relationship niche, if you are sharing your life with your audience, that is what your audience wants to see. You will literally like not have a career if that's what you started your account with. I hope this clears up some things for everybody. And yes, I make my partners sign things. Or at least have it in text that I have screenshots that have been immediately sent to my lawyers as soon as I get consent. Because I was in a situation in the past that was really scary and never getting into that kind of situation again. Protect yourself, my lovely queer creatives. And don't be hard on Shannon and Becca. Let them work out this thing for themselves. Only they know what happened behind closed doors.